Good morning, everybody. I know it's been a while since I've been on YouTube. Just haven't been motivated to make a video. I know whoever's been following me knows me as NYCDADDIARIES, and I normally put up videos of my family and I, with my children, spending time with them. I still do all those things. Of course, I'm a family guy, number one. But it's been a while, we've been doing a lot of things. Since then, we're no longer in New York. We've been residing in Texas for the past 4 months. And the reason being is because I would say literally is one, the whole pandemic with the whole COVID-19 has really pushed us to move to a different state where we have more of a freedom, more of a choice. I feel that is important as a family, as an individual, for you to make your own choice that better suits you and your family. So that's one of the reasons why we moved to Texas. Another reason why is financially. Financially, we just saw that New York was becoming increasingly expensive, and it just wasn't lucrative for us. We felt that, my wife and I, we felt that we were losing more money than actually making money and saving money for our future. We really didn't see a future in New York as of then. And so we took the chance. We moved to Texas. So far, everything's going well. It hasn't been easy. Nothing in life is easy. I always say every good choice in life is never going to be easy, but that's what makes it a better choice. It's a test, right? It shows you how strong you are mentally, physically, and see what you're made out of. But so far, my children love it. We're in a better place mentally. We're in a better place spiritually. We're in a better place financially. And things are moving along. They're not perfect. They're definitely not perfect at all. Every family goes through their hardships, and everyone has their problems. But I would definitely say that we're pretty much happier. But today, what brings me here in making this video is I really want to speak about something called mental health. And mental health is something that everyone in this world deals with. Many choose to ignore their own mental health. Many choose to seek help, but just don't know where to actually start. And I'm one of those people. I think mental health is extremely important in everyone's lives. It is important for one to know oneself and know exactly when you need help and what type of help you need. And it's great to have family, friends around you to actually make you realize these things. I don't come from a big family. I've made my own family with my wife and my 2 children. And I realized it on my own that I'm not perfect. I'm not Superman. I'm not invincible. And because of these facts, I need help. I can't do it all by myself. And no one can go through life thinking that they can take care of everything on their own and they can resolve everything on their own. We all need help, in some time in our life. But if I can give you a couple examples that can help you through what you're going through today or what you've been going through, that would basically make me very happy. That would make that's the aim of the video. I'm trying to strive to bring awareness to mental health. Now, especially what's going on today, currently, with the COVID-19, all the variants, that new variants are popping out again, and we think we're safe. We think we're out of the fog, but then all of a sudden it goes from better to worse to even worse than that. In New York, I hear that everywhere you go, you have to show proof of vaccination, which I definitely understand that. and at the same time, you know, it's very stressful to a lot of people because you're taking a lot of people's rights away. What if you choose not to become vaccinated because you feel to yourself that you don't need it? You know your body, you've gotten tested before, you're a healthy individual, you don't need to be vaccinated, and you want to, let's say for example, go out to eat one day, or even just go out to the movies, or simply just go out to the grocery store. You can't even do these things normally anymore. Normal, the word normal is different today. Our normal today is not our normal from yesterday. You know, so there's a lot of things that we have to get used to. Change basically comes gradually, but so far change has come drastically this past 2 years actually. So I have not been vaccinated myself. I'm not anti-vax. I do feel that certain people should be vaccinated, but that should be up to your own discretion. That's freedom. That's your own body. No one should tell you what to do with your own body. And that goes with anything. Anything you put in your body, that is your decision. You should be smart enough to make decisions on your own. And if you're not smart enough, of course, you need to seek help from other people. And some people don't make the best decisions, but overall, at the end of the day, it's your life. And it is exactly what you choose to do with your life. It's freedom. I think freedom counts more than anything else. And that's my opinion. Don't get mad at me for that, but freedom is very important to everybody. It's very important to me as well. So back to mental health. The whole pandemic has been very stressful on us, and a lot of people really don't know where to go with their stress, or don't have an outlet for their stress. Some people exercise, which I think is super beneficial for you. Exercising actually puts your mind on track. It relieves stress. It relieves tension out of your body. Most importantly, tension. We all have tension building up throughout the day because we have responsibilities, and we're humans. We have things going through our mind constantly. So exercise is very beneficial. Any form of exercise. If you're a person who does not like to exercise, there are many people like that. I would suggest just taking a walk, just taking a walk down the street, up the block, down the block, making a left or right, enjoying your views. I think that's always very beneficial as well. Even just changing your surroundings, changing your scenery, very good. Having a little vitamin D in your life, the sun, the rays of the sun is very, very good for you. Not only good for your skin, it's good for your mental health as well. It actually puts you in a really good mood. I like to do certain types of routines in the morning that it took me a while to catch up on it, but right now it's just like, I don't even think about it anymore. So first things first, what I do before I brush my teeth in the morning, I drink water. Before I drink anything, I drink water. I drink 1 bottle or 2 bottles of water, depending how you drink your water. I measure mine by bottles. And if you like coffee, you can drink your coffee right afterwards. But to be honest, I'm not much of a coffee drinker anymore. I really was before. But I saw that the caffeine in the coffee was making me way too anxious. So if I was feeling in a very bad mood or a very depressing mood, I felt that the coffee kind of like not only triggered that emotion, it kind of like, I would say, prolonged it, and brought the levels up in that feeling that I had in my heart or in my mind during that day or during that time. So caffeine is really good, but I always say that there's a time and a place for everything. So if you're feeling very anxious, if you're feeling super depressed, and you're feeling all these feelings coming at you at once, caffeine is not really the solution. It might make matters worse. Water is always the best thing to do. So these are some of the things that I would do, in my morning routine. Also with that, I try to think of something good in my life in the morning to kind of spruce up my, just kind of spruce up my mood a little bit. So when I leave the door, I don't leave in a bad mood. I leave more of an optimistic mood. I see things with a clearer mind, more open-minded. So I have 2 children. They stress me out tremendously. But then I kind of look at their good qualities, because both of them have good qualities. They're very different people. But then when I do look at their good qualities, that makes me proud as being their father. And that's something positive that I can look forward to. So when they grow up, I can kind of nurture that beautiful person that I helped create. As long as with my wife, like my wife and I, we have a different relationship as well. We have good days, we have bad days, more bad days than good. That's life. I know many people don't like to hear that's just life, but to be honest, it is life. In life, there are a lot of bad things in life, but it's how you portray these things, how you deal with these bad things that come towards you. That's the main thing. It's just how you view things, In mental health, it's not just how you view things. It's not just how you exercise. It's not about your physical. It's not just about your spiritual. It's everything combined into one. So we have to have a good balance when it comes to everything, Everything in life that comes to us is meant to be good. But in excess, it can really hinder us. It can really hurt us. And we have to be aware of these things. And if we're not aware, we might overuse these things. Okay? Many people don't like stress. Well, stress is good. Stress is what actually makes you build. First of all, you ever hear of a person who has experience versus a person who is book smart? Now, the person who experiences is more valuable because they've been through these situations where they actually know what to do and they've seen the outcome of these situations. Now, a person who's book smart has only learned about it, has never dealt with the situation itself. So they really can't inform you or tell you too much about these situations. It's best to be experienced on things, and the only way to get experience is to fail. You have to fail. You have to get yourself stressed out sometimes. Now, there are certain levels of stress. There are good levels and there are bad levels. Bad levels of stress is when you feel like you're out of whack. You feel like you've hit a wall. You feel like you need a reset, and you feel like you're not thinking correctly, you're not thinking straight. That's when you're not balanced. There's a balance in everything. For example, in my life, I'm a family guy, I have 2 children, have a wife. Currently, I'm a stay-at-home dad. And of course, as a man, that affects me. No man wants to stay home. No one wants to take the role of being the caretaker of his 2 children, making sure everything is working around the house, making sure everything is taken care of, picking everyone up, dropping everyone off. As a man, I'll be honest with you, that kind of makes you feel like less of a man. But when you really think about it, your job is very important. And I give it out to all the stay-at-home moms that many people don't give credit to. It's a really, 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 really hard job. And people need to know that just because you're home, that you're not making the best out of yourself and that you're not making the best effort for you and your family. It's actually, if it's not just important, it is actually more of an important job because you're the balance. You're the one keeping everyone together. And also, as a man, I understood that the way I feel does, I was not totally manipulated, but it affects the way my wife feels, and in turn, especially affects the way my children feel. So if I can't get myself together, my children will see that, and they might not even notice it, but it might hinder them in certain situations in school. They might feel a certain way about them, because I'm leading by example. You know, I really do consider myself as the head of the household. I'm the one making sure that everyone is taken care of. But at the end of the day, I have to take care of myself first before I'm healthy enough to take care of others. So there's certain things that I do. I've done research. You know, if anybody has a phone, you can grab your phone. You know, I have an Android. Everyone makes fun of me because I have an Android, but that's okay. I think they're reliable. I like it. I'm used to it. Not just because I'm used to it. I just think that in my opinion, it works a little better for me. It suits me as a person. My choice, my preference. So just, you can just simply Google things, Just the other day I Googled, okay, mental health awareness points. All right, let's see what we get from here. And, the main thing is you want to go to like reputable websites, some websites that can actually give you good advice, where they can give you reference to even physicians. You can actually get medical opinion, which is very important. So let's see. Mental awareness, the importance of mental health awareness. This is Pinterest.org. Everyone knows that. So I'm going to click on it. All right. Right away, it says Pine Rest Christian Mental Health Services. That's another outlet. If you are the religious type, which I am not the religious type, I'm very spiritual. This will be a really good outlet for you. I would recommend anything that makes you feel good inside as a person. If it works for you, pursue it. If it works for you, pursue it. Not for anyone else. Don't go by anyone else's lifestyle. You can use people as an example, but don't follow everyone's exact same footstep, okay? People around you are just examples of how you could live your life, and you pick and choose what you want as a person, all right? Freedom of choice, once again. So in this website, and basically they have kind of like a question and answer. They have a place where you can type in a question and someone will answer your question, which I think is very valuable. Sometimes you need another person's opinion about how you feel. You might not 100% understand why you feel a certain type of way. So it's very valuable to get another person's opinion on it. We don't know everything. I don't know everything. They also have some articles here. Like this article, of course, it says the importance of mental health awareness. And if I can read you this very quick paragraph, seems very interesting. And it has some statistics here. Don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure if the statistics are correct, but either or, it's the internet. What is correct, what is not correct. But this definitely can maybe help you in your life or your day today. So it says, mental illnesses affect 19% of the adult population. The adult population, all right? Like us, like myself. I'm an adult. 46% of teenagers, all right? Let's not forget the teenagers. They have their own way of stress. They go to school, some work, they deal with parents, I'm a parent right now. I'm no longer a teenager. I'm no longer a child. So as adults, we tend to forget how that felt at that point. And sometimes we got to bring ourselves back. And 13% of children each year suffer from mental health illness. So I always keep that in mind when it comes to my children as well. I do tend to sometimes stress my children and I'm not aware of it, but when I do catch myself, or I tell my wife, if you ever catch me stressing out my kids, let me know. I'm not perfect, just let me know. That's what you're here for. That's what I'm here for. You're my partner, Then it says people struggling with their mental health may be in your family. Everyone. Live next door. Teach your children, teachers as well, suffer from mental health. They're not excluded. Just because they're teachers doesn't mean that they don't have their own struggles as well. Work in the next cubicle or sit in the same church next to you. So our fellow co-workers, our neighbors, anyone. And it says, however, only half of those affected receive treatment. Now, treatment can come from any form. It can come in the form of medication. It can come in the form of meditation. Meditation can be anything, like I said, that soothes you. Working out, reading a book, going out meeting new people, bird watching, making a vlog like the way I am. You know, I'm actually doing this today because this is actually making me feel better about myself, that I can actually inform other people that you're not alone. I'm also going through mental health as well, but I'm trying to actually help myself, and I am aware that I am not perfect and that I do need help. Back to the article, it says, often because of the stigma attached to mental health, untreated, mental health illness can contribute to higher medical expenses, poorer performance at school and work, fewer employment opportunities, and increased risk of suicide. So mental health goes way beyond just your mental. Your mental is everything. You know, it can really hold you back in life itself, physically, socially. You know, life is meant to be lived. If you want to live, I always say, just live your life. Don't let anything hold you back, within reason. Be reasonable about your choices and how you make them. We all have different lives, but live your life. You know, don't fog up your mind about what people are going to think about you. And if you do something wrong, what is wrong? If you're not hurting anybody, right? If you're not physically hurting anybody, if you're not intentionally hurting anybody, then what is wrong if it benefits you? Keep that in mind. And also, they also have another article that says, what exactly is a mental illness? Right? I'll read you a couple of sentences from there. It says, a mental illness is a physical illness of the brain that causes disturbances in thinking behavior, energy, or emotion that can make it difficult to cope with the ordinary demands of life. All right? So certain things I get from there, is the word disturbance. Physical illness of the brain that causes disturbance. Disturbance is something, actually, let's look up the word disturbance. All right? So if I Google, sorry, my phone is a little slow, but I still love it. Disturbance, right? Now, the definition of disturbance is the interruption of a settled and peaceful condition, a breakdown of peaceful and law-abiding behavior, a riot is an example, right? So anything that kind of like, it's a huge interruption to you, that breaks your peace, is a disturbance. Anything that makes you feel like you have to not almost just question it, you have to stop dead in your tracks and just look at it and say, what? It's an interruption in your form of life, in the way you're moving forward. All right? Let's go back to the article. Right? So a physical illness of the brain that causes disturbances in thinking. It's very hard to keep one thought sometimes, especially when you're a busy person or a person dealing with a lot at the same time. At times I forget my name. I forget people's names. I forget, I mix up both my son's names, and it's because the interruptions that happens in life is stress, is the amount of stress, is not having the right outlet, it's not relieving the stress in time, is not meditating, you're not helping yourself, okay? We're all human, we make mistakes, and we're not always going to be 100% every single day. But be aware of your actions and what you're doing, all right? So you can help yourself. It says it can also affect your behavior, how you treat others. You know, you teach people how to treat you. Now, if you come in with a sappy mood, or you come in with an attitude, how do you expect people to treat you? With empathy? Most people won't. I'll be honest with you. Most people look at you like, well, I got my own problems. I don't know what's wrong with that person. I don't got time for them. And that's just the reality of it. I say change your attitude. Be aware of your attitude to others. So treat others the way you want to be treated. Teach people how to treat you. Your energy, which is most important. That's your kickstarter up from the morning. If you have low energy, how are you going to motivate yourself to do anything in life? How are you going to motivate yourself to get up in the morning? That's a hard thing to do, to actually get up from your bed and say, all right, this is the way I'm going to start my day. Very hard to do when you're feeling a certain type of way. So energy is very important. Keep that in mind. Let's see. Another example that I use is experiencing trauma. We all have experienced trauma through our lives. And I can say that because, you know, I know the audience that I'm speaking to, and I'm not speaking to anybody from another planet. If we all are human, we've gone through our own types of trauma. Some of us have gone to extreme types of trauma, but we're all different people. None of us are the same. We're not the same. We're all unique in our own different ways. So we all go through our unique types of trauma. We have all gone through trauma. Some people notice the trauma that they've gone through. Some people really never recognize them, never really consider that, okay, maybe that could have been trauma, or maybe that could have been actually something that could have affected me in the future. You have to deal with your past trauma or your present trauma, you know? I give an example. I've gone through trauma in my life before, you know, and I always keep it in mind. I always am aware of it, and it has shaped me into the person that I am today. I use trauma as a tool. I use it as something that as beneficial, not as something that I want people to feel sorry for me. Trauma is not for that. Trauma is actually there to make you stronger, way stronger. Say for example, you see a lot of these. I'm a big fight fan. So boxing, MMA, kickboxing, Muay Thai, all that I'm extremely into. Now you see the amount of physical trauma that these people go through, and they put their bodies through it. Over time, there's certain things that do get hardened. Your body is able to withstand certain things. You get used to it over time if you don't overdo it, if you do it the right way. If you don't let the trauma take over you. There's certain ways to do it. There's a right way and there's a wrong way. For example, what always interests me is kickboxing. I've seen people break bats with their shin. How? I don't know. I know I've slipped and fell, hit my shin, and I see stars, and it hurts for at least 2 weeks. At the age that I am, I'm 37 years old. I don't heal as fast as I used to. I'm not old, but at the same time, I'm not extremely young. But their bone density changes, as well as weightlifters. You know, they lift these extreme amounts of weight. You know, they put all this stress on their joints. They put all this stress on their bones, and it does change the anatomy, the structure of their bones. Their bones tend to get more dense, way more dense. Even sometimes their skin, they get a little bit more dense. I've heard of situations where they're trying to, they go to a phlebotomist and they try to get some blood drawn from their skin. And I've heard situations where the needle was actually, could even penetrate their skin because how hard it was, you know? Adaptation, our body does adapt, so does our mind. But in my opinion, I feel that it starts with the mind and then the physical. The mind and then the physical. You think it, then it will become. All right? You have to work on your mind first. The mind is the most important thing. Most important. You have to muster up the motivation from anywhere you can grab it. If you're angry that day, use as motivation. Be angry. Take that energy and just do what you need to do and get it out the way. I guarantee by the end of that day, you're gonna feel good about yourself because you put yourself through that stress, and guess what? You won. You did it. You did it. So guys, I just wanna end there. I don't wanna keep ranting on and talking on, but thank you so much for listening to me. I appreciate your ears. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your views. I'm not gonna say subscribe to my channel or hit the notification buttons on the bottom. You choose if you like, but thank you once again for listening to me. Love you guys. See you later.